Igboho met with prominent Yoruba people, kings and chiefs over succession agitation. Pastor Tunde Bakari. Bakari noted that if everything was well with the country, none of the agitations for Odua Republic or Biafra Republic would be taken seriously. Pastor Tunde Bakari of the Citadel Global Community Church has said calls for self-determination in Nigeria is caused by the failure of the country's leaders. Bakri noted that if everything was well with the country, none of the agitations for Odua Republic or Biafra Republic would be taken seriously. He stated this in an interview with BBC Yoruba on Saturday while speaking on the state of the nation. I and Sunday Igboho haven't seen each other for once. The time he was supposed to come and see me, he couldn't, but he has seen other prominent people in Yoruba land. He has seen kings, chiefs, and others. But if things are truly going well in the country, everyone is living fine, has food and water to drink. There was no one demanding what Sunday Igboho requested for before this time. But I know when things turn around for good, people at the top that see things have become bad start making a change. All these agitations, the Yoruba elders will call them because the elders have not asked them to go out and demand Oduduwa Republic. When I was birthed and up, I was still 3. I couldn't walk. I was crawling on my butt, but my mother never left me. She didn't kill me. She didn't leave me to go to another man. She stayed in my father's house and she stood by me till I became someone who was struggling to walk. God has helped my mother not to leave me to go elsewhere, so we won't leave this country for another. My children went abroad to study. Before they left, we all signed a document that when they graduate, they will come back to Nigeria because this is their home. Yeah, but then it's like you were fully aware when you decided to have a child for you and your mother. But then it's like in this case, first of all, the leaders don't even know what they're coming into, because it seems as though they only want to, protect the children that seem to, be on their side and, go with corruption. So this mother-child analogy, it is not really working. It really isn't, because the birth of this country was definitely not out of something of love or something that you'd expect, a paternal or maternal relationship to be like. That is what it is. This analogy is not working at all. He says, if we don't make Nigeria better and we flee to other countries, we are simply going to the countries of those who have made their country better. You can only be a B citizen over there. You can never be a citizen. Let's calm down to see how we can make Nigeria great. These politicians are not more than us. It's just what we do not have. It's just that we do not have one voice. Once we have one voice, we will leave the forest and make a way. Yeah, but then the issue of having one voice means that we are all having the same goal and we all think alike. And that results in us having one voice. But are we united? Because again, some people do not want to go with this idea of one Nigeria, while some do. And while some just do not care. And while some are just too vulnerable to give a toss as to whether they should go out and protest and look for what they should want or not. So what else do you need? I mean, again, I guess it's his own way of trying to get everyone to be together and sort of dampen the narrative, that negative narrative of, Nigeria has nothing to offer and people are traveling out. But then again, you can give this message, but then who's going to listen to you? Because you definitely do well. I mean, you say your children go abroad. So again, I don't know who your target market is, but it's definitely not to, Nigerians who cannot afford their meal, because then you just don't even relate to them for you to pass this message on. Yeah. He ends and says, no one has seen the end of the world. It seems the government has gone overboard. It seems. We can only pray for it. May God have mercy on us. At this point, I think physically, Nigerians are just like, okay, fine, this has proven to be a fight. So it's like, we now know that, okay, fine, we may need to just pray. I mean, Again, it depends on what you believe in prayer and all that. But then to some, it may just be like a last option as to, let's just pray and see what would happen. But then we're scared to go out because, rightfully so. I mean, look at what the government is doing to people trying to push for the truth. So yeah, that's very sad. Someone here says the issue on ground begs for true federalism, not force. That is, if we must live together peacefully, let the different regions/political zones exist and control what belongs to them and only contribute to the center when politics should be less lucrative. Because he's a more civil, reasonable human than Buhari, who should only behave like a leader, behave like a child, hungry for blood. But then he used the analogy of, father and a mother, or a parent and a child, whereby the parent would never really leave the child no matter what happens. But then it's like, there are conditions. Well, you'd expect that as a parent, you're gonna take care of your child no matter what your child does. But then here, in this case, I don't think Buhari cares, to be very honest. I mean, if you're gonna follow his rules and all that, and have no choice of your own because he clearly wants to be a dictator, then fine, he'll be an amazing father to you. But if you're not like that, it's not gonna work. Somebody here says Yorubas are in the wrong vehicle with Fulanis. See and hear their comments. Note this: Yoruba shall be delivered and liberated very soon by God's grace, because after darkness comes light. And you might find that this whole fight for self-determination and all that, it'll probably take like another 50 years. This is just the start, and I guess there's the impatience of us just wanting something new, that we expect results like this when it doesn't really work like that. And we're gonna have to wait, because again, it took more than how old is Nigeria? It took more than 60 years, or close to 60 years, to make this whole mess. So I think before we're gonna have to leave, we're definitely 100% going to detangle whatever situation Nigeria has. And it will just really remain like that. Somebody says, I wonder how Fulani blood in North fully comments section these days. Who opened the gate to drop out of their nearest IDPs? No one really asked for you to be like, this is also unnecessary. Yeah, we ignore that. Someone here says, look at him, one of the gun paraded by DSS, Nigeria Table Shakers Association. Alright. But what do you think about this? And don't forget to like and subscribe.